see everybody here today. We're getting ready for worship, and it's going to be very exciting. Well, I'm Todd Anderson. I'm privileged to be your superintendent, and we are delighted to welcome you to this wonderful day of leadership training. The gathering today is about knowing our neighbors.
Most of the time when we talk to a stranger, the main thing that they want is they don't want you to fix them. They just want you to listen. And if we listen, we bless them, and hopefully we eventually gain trust with them.
Who is our population? Several of you said, oh, our whole congregation is seniors, so. It used to be, the rule used to be, old was 10 years older than I was. Right?
The front part looks at personal finances, and the back side addresses congregational best practices. To be aware that all of those personal dynamics are playing out in the room.
And we go through a situation and we find out we don't know ourselves that well.
It includes staying on top of your typical reactions to specific events, challenges, and people.
Self-awareness was even important to John Wesley.
United Methodist Student Day. Make sure that if nobody else in your church supports that, you go home and just put $1 in that and make sure that gets forwarded to the conference office.
Richard Rohr wrote it. And he says, I don't think the world's going to turn against the church. I think it's just going to ignore it.
To me, this represents most of our churches. Let's be honest here. Christian wisdom is to name the darkness as darkness and the light as light, and to learn how to live and work in light so the darkness does not overcome us. I think we're struggling with that as a church.
One of the duties of the Pastor-Parish Relations Committee is to
promote unity in the church or churches.
Your first job is a spiritual leadership job. Your first job is staying in love with God.
So if I went around the room right now and asked what a disciple is, let's pop some answers out.
Follower of Jesus.
Okay, what does that mean? If we truly had churches full of disciples, it wouldn't be so hard for you to change the worship time on Sunday morning to reach new people.
The things that we are holding on to, regardless of the justification of our former experiences, do not allow us to blanket. We do not have the justification to blanket an entire demographic.
Yeah, we amplify voices that fight to be heard elsewhere.
We call each other to more truth and love.
We can allow biblical figures to be a stand-in for what people experience now. And again, it's that way of creating a sense of distance between the person who has experienced trauma today and not wanting to touch that wound directly, but wanting to offer a space where they can begin to process that.
Does everybody have a cross in there?
It is a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your being, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself.
Won't you be my neighbor? Someone outside of your church is praying that every day. And who is the neighbor? It was the one that showed mercy.
Yes.